Welcome to our videos for Math 155, Statistical Reasoning. In this video, we'll talk about 1.1 Objective 1, where we define concepts related to statistics and the general structure of statistical studies. Question 1 asks us, the term statistics can have two meanings. Describe both meanings. Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and interpreting data, and statistics are the data, that is, numbers or other pieces of information that describe or summarize something. So that's option A. Next, we're to define the terms population, population parameter, sample, raw data, and sample statistic as they apply to statistical studies. So the population is the complete set of people or things being studied. A population parameter is a number that describes a characteristic of the population. A sample is the set of people or things from which the data are obtained. A sample statistic is a number that describes a characteristic of a sample. And raw data are the individual measurements collected. There's your basic definitions when we use those words. Later on, that's what we are talking about. Next question, what is a margin of error and how is it used to establish a confidence interval? That's going to be a whole big topic later that we'll talk about, but it's a big idea in statistics. What is the confidence interval used for? So just big idea. Here, a margin of error is used to describe the range of values likely to contain a population parameter, and is added to and subtracted from a sample statistic to establish a confidence interval. The confidence interval is used to estimate a population parameter. Our last question for this topic. Each year, a group surveys 50,000 households to study internet usage. In one area of the study, the group is interested in finding out how many houses a day and how many hours a day the household spends streaming video from the internet. So describe the 5 basic steps in a statistical study with an example of their application below. So first, describe the first step in this statistical study. And the first step in this statistical study would be to state the goal of your study. And in this case, it is to discover how many hours per day a household spends streaming internet video, which is option C. Now we want to describe the second step in the statistical study, and that would be to choose a representative sample from the population. In this case, it would be choosing a sample of 50,000 households. That was option D. Now to describe the third step in the statistical study, that would be to collect raw data from the sample and summarize these data by finding sample statistics of interest. In this case, it would be asking the households how many hours they spent streaming internet video and then turning this data into an average. So that is option A. Now we want to describe the fourth step in this statistical study. That would be to use the sample statistics to infer the population parameters. In this case, based on the data gathered, the group estimates the average time per day that a household spends streaming internet video. So that would be A. And then to describe the fifth step in this statistical study, we would draw conclusions to determine what we have learned and whether we achieved our goal. In this case, we discovered the average time per day that a household spends streaming internet video. This is option B. All right, that's it for this video. We'll come back next time and talk about 1.1 Objective 2. See you for the next video.